What if I told you there's a version of you 6 months from now, checking her phone and seeing money land in her account that she didn't have to clock in for? Not a lottery win, not a side hustle that blew up on TikTok, just a quiet, boring little business doing exactly what it was built to do while she was asleep. That version of you exists. The only question is whether you start building her today or keep scrolling past the opportunity like everyone else does. I've spent a stretch of my life picking apart which small businesses actually produce cash on a daily basis without draining a bank account to launch, and I got the list down to 20 solid ones. A few of them are probably operating within a mile of your house right now, run by someone no smarter than you. Stick around, because the one near the end of this list is the cheapest to start and the fastest to pay you back. Quick reality check before we jump in. Most people assume you need a small fortune to open a business. That's just not true anymore. Plenty of home-based businesses get off the ground for a couple $1,000s, sometimes less. And a large share of small businesses in this country started on a shoestring budget that would surprise you. The barrier you've built up in your head is mostly imaginary. And get this, every single month, regular people across the country pull in tens of billions of dollars combined from work outside their main paycheck. Most of them aren't doing it as a fun side project either. They're doing it because rent went up and groceries got expensive. That should tell you something. The appetite for these services is already there. The only thing missing is you showing up to meet it. Let's get into it. Start with lawn mowing. All you need is a mower that runs and a willingness to knock on doors. This is one of the rare businesses where a cold knock beats a Facebook ad every time, because people can see the guy standing on their porch and decide right then if they trust him. Cluster your clients on the same block or two so you can knock out 5 yards in a single morning instead of driving across town for each one. Skip charging per visit and pitch a season-long deal instead. It locks in your income from the first warm week through the last leaf pickup, and your customer stops shopping around for someone cheaper. Next, mobile car detailing. Not a car wash. Think wax, interior shampoo, headlight restoration, the kind of service people book before they sell a car or show up to a big event. Practice on your own vehicle until the results actually look professional, because sloppy work here spreads fast in a bad way. Offer your very first paying job at a steep discount if the customer lets you film the transformation. That footage becomes free advertising you'll use for months. Once you're comfortable, reach out to used car lots. They need every vehicle looking spotless before it hits the lot, and one relationship there can keep you busier than chasing individual customers ever will. Third, pet sitting and dog walking. Every working pet owner has the same problem. Their dog needs a bathroom break at 1 p.m. and they're stuck in a meeting. Apps will hand you your first few clients with zero marketing effort on your part. But the real money shows up once you convince those same clients to book you directly and cut the app out of the deal. Stack your schedule so you're walking 3 dogs from 3 different houses on one loop instead of 1 dog per hour. And always text a quick photo when the walk's done. It sounds small, but it's the single biggest reason anxious pet owners keep rebooking you. Fourth, a coffee cart. Forget renting a storefront. Grab a decent brewer, scout your town for a week, and find wherever a crowd is always standing around waiting. Outside a gym at 6 a.m., near a busy train stop, at a Saturday farmer's market. Show up at that same spot at that same hour every day until people start expecting you. The profit margin on coffee is almost embarrassing. You're spending pennies on a drink that sells for several dollars. Keep a dairy-free or caffeine-free backup on hand too, because losing a sale over a missing option is money walking away for no reason. Fifth, house cleaning. Nobody wants to mop floors after a long shift, which is exactly why this business never runs dry. Pick one neighborhood to start in, rather than spreading yourself across the whole city. It saves gas and builds your reputation faster. Offer a discounted first deep clean so the client sees your standard immediately. The real move here isn't competing on price. It's earning enough trust that someone hands you a house key without a second thought. Collect written references early and give every client a simple checklist taped to the fridge so nobody argues later about what was included after. 6th, weekly meal prep for busy households. Cook a batch on 3 or 4 rotating options so shopping stays simple and your food costs stay predictable. Collect payment a few days in advance so you're never guessing how much to buy. Cook every client's protein and sides in the same batches instead of one meal at a time. That's how you serve 10 families without working 10 times harder. 7th, reselling clothing. This has quietly become one of the most active online resale categories out there. Start by listing pieces from your own closet, just to learn the ropes. Photographing, pricing, writing descriptions that actually sell. Then start hunting thrift stores in wealthier zip codes, where better brands get donated for pocket change. Research which labels move fast on resale apps before you spend $1 on inventory. And always shoot your photos in daylight against a plain wall. Clean lighting sells faster than a lower price ever. 8th, laundry pickup and delivery. You're solving 2 annoyances at once, the time it eats up and the hassle of hauling it around. Use a laundromat until you've got enough steady business to justify buying your own machine. Set a firm price per pound before you take a single order. Offer fixed pickup days instead of scheduling around everyone's calendar, so you can group your route and save yourself hours. One non-negotiable rule: label every bag before it goes anywhere near the wash. Mixing up someone's laundry is the fastest way to lose a customer for good. 9th, tutoring. If you're solid at math, a language, or an instrument, someone nearby will pay you to teach it. Offer 1 free trial lesson so the parent or student can feel whether it's a fit without you giving away your whole afternoon. Sell packages of lessons up front instead of billing one at a time. Send a short monthly note about the student's progress. That tiny bit of communication is often the real reason families keep paying instead of Googling a cheaper option. 10th, photography for small businesses. Half the shops in your town are still using dark, blurry phone photos from years ago. Offer a free shoot to a business you already know and use those images to build a real portfolio. Then, sell a monthly photo package rather than one-off sessions and hand over the images already edited and sized for Instagram. The less work the owner has to do afterward, the faster they call you back. 11th, propagating and selling houseplants. Take a cutting from a plant you already own, root it, and in a few weeks, you've got several new plants to sell. Stick to varieties that are nearly impossible to kill and always in demand. Film the propagation process. That kind of content markets itself without spending a cent on ads. Sell in person at a weekend market where people can see and touch the product, and toss in a small care card so first-time buyers don't kill it and give up. 12th, phone and small electronics repair. A cracked screen costs very little in parts, but sells for far more once it's installed. Practice on an old, broken phone before you ever touch a paying customer's device. Focus on the 2 or 3 phone models most common in your area so you're never caught without the right part. Offer a short warranty on every repair. It's the main reason someone picks an independent repair person over a mall kiosk. 13th, and the one worth starting with first if money's tight, vending machines. A decent used one costs a few $100s, and once it's sitting inside a gym, a mechanic shop, or a laundromat, it earns money whether you're there or not. The real first step isn't buying the machine, it's locking down the location. Offer the business owner a cut of the profits in exchange for hosting your machine for free. Buy used, not new, and once that first machine is consistently profitable, use the earnings to buy a second one instead of pocketing them. Now, here's something I think about often. A woman I knew years ago spent nearly a year designing the perfect business plan for an online boutique. Logo, branding, a business name she tested with focus groups. She never actually opened it. Meanwhile, her neighbor started walking 3 dogs on her street with nothing but a leash and a Google form. Within 4 months, that neighbor had 11 regular clients and enough extra income to cover her car payment every month. The boutique woman is still finalizing details. The dog walker just started. That's the whole lesson, really. Perfect plans don't pay bills. Imperfect action does. You don't need to attempt all 13 of these. Pick the one that fits what you already have, your schedule, your tools, your skills, and get it moving this week, not eventually. Drop a comment telling me which one you're leaning toward. And if this gave you something useful, subscribe.